Another shocking result at the World Cup, maybe not as big as Argentina's loss to Saudi Arabia, but still a magnificent victory for Japan as they win 2-1 against Germany. Ilkay Gundogan started the scoring with a penalty in the first half, but then in the second, Japan kept pushing and pushing. Richard Duan in the 75th minute, and the winner, what a first touch and finish from Takuma Asano to take it 2-1 for the Samurai Warriors. Unbelievable. Rob Dawson, we'll be talking to him in a second. He's in Qatar. But Kasey, Keller, your initial reactions from this game, another shocker in the World Cup.
Yeah, really big shocker. I mean, when you look at even on the, the way the first half played out, where Germany an absolute, ton of possession, probably pushing 75%, really didn't do, I think, enough with that possession. Got the penalty, which was a little fortuitous. Yeah, it was a foul from the goalkeeper, but still, not one of these situations where you're like, okay, it just kind of came out of nothing. And obviously they finish it well, the penalty down the middle, but still opportunities, missed chances from Germany. And it almost like there was an arrogance, like it was so simple in possession. Japan had their moments before they scored the first goal, but I think Germany just fell asleep defensively. And Neuer makes a decent save on the first goal, but then recognizes that there's a player at the far post, so he's trying to push it somewhere. And sometimes as a goalkeeper, when you make that play, you hope the ball just falls, to your player. It didn't. Japan capitalized. And then it really just looked like it was all about, all about Germany and how they were going to go on to find a winner. And they completely fall asleep on a set piece, play the long ball through. You mentioned earlier, phenomenal first touch to take it to that angle. But look, I know I'm a card-carrying member of the Goalkeepers Union, but Neuer's definitely going to be disappointed with his kind of with the way he stood at that near post. Really difficult angle to score from, and Neuer almost moved out of the way and gifted the opportunity to slide between him and that near post. And then obviously we knew from the game that the U.S. played against Japan in Dusseldorf a couple months ago that Japan were organized. They were going to fight for absolutely everything. And I think Germany saw that, but just got a little bit arrogant and a little bit complacent and paid the price for it at the end of the match.
Yeah, I think there's something to be said, Rob Dawson, for, we're so used to seeing an organized German side, but I think most importantly, and obviously the injuries are an issue, Timo Werner's not here, Toni Kroos, etc. But when I look at this lineup, Rob, it's very uncharacteristic in terms of experience, especially on the big stage. Hansi Flick's first major tournament, obviously at the World Cup. What did you make of this German game against the Japanese side that Kasey just said, very collective, very organized, and kind of don't say die till the last minute? What do you make of this game?
Yeah, obviously Germany will be very disappointed. It's a game that they will think that they should have won. In the first half alone, they've had 14 shots and they've only scored once through the penalty. There's a sense in Germany before this tournament that, while the German team were organised and that they have got good players, there's no out-and-out centre forward. There's no sort of traditional number nine. They're similar to sort of Harry Kane, and they were worried about that. They were worried that they were going to create some chances, but maybe not be able to finish teams off. There was a lack of ruthlessness, and perhaps that's what we've seen in the first half today. That again, that should have been put to bed, very early, has now sort of drifted late onto the game, and Japan have been able to score 2 late goals. From Japan's point of view, I think it will help them. It will help the coach as well, Moriyasu. He has a reputation in Japan of being a little bit cautious. Lots of their fans feel that his teams play with the handbrake on a little bit, but he's made attacking changes in the second half. He's put 2 players on who have both scored goals. In terms of his reputation and Japan's hopes for the tournament, it'll do him the world of good. It's obviously a result that will be fantastic for them. And, in a tough group, probably the toughest group in this World Cup, they'll be lucky now to be able to qualify from that.
Yeah, if you're in that group and you're playing against Germany and Spain, and no disrespect to Costa Rica, but you have to play a little bit with the handbrake on. If you don't, you're going to find yourself 2-3 goals down. And so what they were able to do was keep it at 1-0. And yes, a lot of that falls on Germany. And I agree with you 100%. If that side had a Miroslav Klose in it, it probably would have been 3-0, or maybe Japan would have got a goal back at some stage. But that lack of that ruthlessness in front, we saw moments from Musiala where you thought, okay, is he gonna, stamp his name in this tournament? And kind of had a little mazy run in the box, came in on his right foot, and then blazed it over. And that was a snapshot of Germany kind of throughout that match, where when they did get themselves in good spots, they just weren't able to capitalize, and they paid the price for it in the end with some lapse of concentration defensively.
Thank you very much for watching ESPN FC on YouTube. For more highlights, analysis, and exclusive content, be sure to subscribe.